Well, welcome to the morning call. The morning call begins right now, and to our first leading story of the day, which takes us to Somalia. Now, the government has granted dozens of fishing licenses to China. The East African government signed 31 licenses with the China Overseas Fisheries Association in Mogadishu on Wednesday. According to the Somali's Fisheries Ministry, the move would ensure the resources are exploited legally. For years, there has been illegal fishing that dominated the Horn of Africa nation. This, combined by destructive fishing practices, insecurity caused by conflict, underdevelopment infrastructure, and competition from foreign fishing boats, have long threatened the sustainability of Somali fisheries.
According to the Ministry of Fisheries, Somalia has 604 fish species, 420 of which are commercially viable. With an exclusive economic zone of 1.2 million kilometers square, the country can derive up to $135 million per year from its Marine resources.
Sure,
the companies comply with the terms of the contracts, the government will deploy its own personnel on board.
Political analyst Abdullahi Halake, who is speaking with us from Washington, D.C. in the United States. Hello and welcome to the program, Mr. Halake. Now, to our first question, how will these 31 licenses granted to China affect the livelihoods of local fishermen, as already concerns have been raised that fishing stocks could be depleted?
Of course, the licensing will affect the local Somali fishermen, who are by their very nature not a large-scale, fishers. But if you're bringing the large trawlers, particularly the Chinese ones, they are not only going to outcompete the local Somali fishermen, but they will also be fishing without consideration for anything. In that regard, what I'm trying to point out is they will fish some of the fish species that probably they shouldn't, and that will really lead to serious degradation, and that could threaten the marine life inside Somalia.
What are the main concerns about these licenses? There's been a lot of talk about the Chinese trying to take over all of Africa. This is another entry, don't you think?
I think it's not just the Chinese, but also, these fishing vessels, because of the nature of, for instance, lack of strong government inside Somalia, they've had a free rein. And as I have alluded to in the first question, that can only have an adverse impact, not on the economic livelihood of the local Somali fishermen, but also on the marine life and the ecosystem of the Somali coast. And replenishing some of these some of the fish will not be very easy. So therefore, I think it wouldn't have come at the worst time for many inside Somalia. Never mind, Somalia and Kenya also have marine disputes that has not been settled, and so all these things will have to be considered when thinking about it.
Halakale, this is the first time that President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo's government has given fishing rights to foreigners since taking office last year. Also, we know that Farmajo just survived a no-confidence vote. Will he survive again if anything goes wrong with these licenses?
I think with respect to President Farmajo, the thing is, it's very difficult for the members of parliament to actually come out and start passing a vote of no confidence against him, because some of these members of parliament, I don't think they have enough credibility to start attacking the president. This is not to suggest that President Farmajo has done anything useful since coming in, when he had tremendous groundswell of goodwill from so many people inside and outside Somalia, goodwill that has practically evaporated. But even more importantly, I think the Somali political elite need to be very careful. Over the years, they've done nothing. The Somali government collapsed around the same time with the Ethiopian government. The Ethiopian government is now going through, another round of transition, albeit not complete. But the Somali and Somalia are still stuck in the same vicious cycle of conflict. So they're really testing the patience of the local Somali man or woman on the street. So I don't think he will be safe for now.
Thank you very much, Halake, for your insights. That was Abdullahi Halake, an African security and political analyst based in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. Halake was highlighting Somalia's move granting fishing licenses to China.